Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to show you this little short video about a procedure that I'm going to do with this little blue juniper. As you can see, it's already in a plastic pot and it's got nice features. For example, this little piece of dead wood. It's already potted in a shallow pot, so you can definitely see that it has a nice root structure even if it's not bare rooted. And what I'm going to do today is separate this air layer that I performed a couple of months ago. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not sure how long ago I performed this on this tree, but I think it was two months ago. I completely forgot about it. And because we've been having nice weather here, winter has been practically non-existent here where I live in the tropics. So I guess this is now the time to separate these two. Why did I do this? Why did I perform this? Well, if you notice here in the main trunk line, we can see that this is nice and and wide, but here we've got a little bit of inverse taper. This branch in particular, this little trunk line here, would have been competing with the main trunk when it comes to girth or width, right? So that's why I decided to take it out. And I thought it might be a good idea to try to air layer it, since it has such nice foliage in the upper part. And we will be able to use this as a separate tree. So what we're going to do today is separate it. And let's see what we got. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So as you can see, what I've done here, it's I took a little plastic pot, and I took it apart, and then I used a little wire to place it into position, and I just cover the whole thing with soil, with regular bonsai soil, to keep it in place. Now, when I have another video when it comes to air layering, and another thing that I do whenever I air layer something is I place another little ring of wire here, just so that this can stay in place, and also to stop the sap from the main trunk to flow completely to this upper part of the tree, of the branch that we're trying to air layer. And that lack of sap, or that reduced flow of sap, is what's going to encourage this branch to send out roots. So what we're going to do now that we've got this separated, is go ahead and try to carefully remove this little mini pot and see what we got here. Now, something that we have to consider when we're separating air layers is that the new roots, they are very brittle. So if you can, if you're not going to use this anymore, you can just go ahead and cut it, so that you don't have any problems when you're trying to separate. You're trying to separate the plastic. It's all right. We're gonna have a little mess, but it's okay. Okay, so this is what we got here. We can see that this is the place where we cleared out the bark, and this is the roots that we got. These are strong roots, actually. I don't know if you can see. But to be honest, I think we could have waited a little bit more, just so we could have more, in order to, to have zero doubts when it comes to the survival of the tree. Now, when it comes to junipers, I've noticed that they're very easy to take cuttings from. So if we have roots, there's a very good chance that this whole thing can survive just by watering very frequently and by taking good care of its existing roots. So we're going to go ahead and separate this today, even if compared to the the whole volume of the tree, we don't have a lot of roots. It's okay. This thing is gonna survive, and I'm 100% sure about it. So there we go. It's loose. We've separated it. Look at this. Nice, isn't it? And now we've got all of this to place in a pot. So that's what we're going to do today. Actually, I don't know if you can see here. Let me just put this aside and show you the little colander that we have here. That's where our little air layer is going to go. So we got it here. What I'm going to do right now is just clear this little stump so it's nice and flush, and we have a nice surface that we can plant in the colander. Right? There we go. Let's see those roots. Okay, yeah. So I got my substrate ready here. I'm gonna start putting substrate in my colander. Maybe I can be a little bit more extreme with this. There we go. Much better. There we go. We have a little mountain. Put it there. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. So now we've got two plants where we used to have one. Now, this is what we were left with after we'd separated this little branch. Well, this not little, but big branch that we are layered. And now we can see that this is something that we can definitely use. We can follow this movement line here, and then we can start to bend this way. There's a lot of things that we can do here. And now we've got very, very good taper here, right? This is wide, well, this is thin, and that's what we would see in nature, so that's perfect. This is something that we can use. And this is something that we can, we can grow for a couple of years, and it will be, we have so much foliage that we can select branches and whatnot. So the last thing that we're going to do is just water this, and we will call it a day. So here we go. I'm being gentle, I'm not using the hose, because remember, we have very little roots in this little air layer. I'm using my regular bonsai soil, and of course you can see that I planted this in a colander to promote root growth, and so the roots can get the biggest amount of oxygen that they can. Right. So we water till the water comes out clean, and then we put it in a shady spot for a couple of weeks, for about a week or two, and then we can put it in full sun. That's about it. Now the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my root over rock mini bonsai, the update on that, okay? And here we have it. So as you can see, this is naturally moving towards the sun. Remember that when we cut it, it was facing in that direction, but now it's naturally moving towards the sun. Now, if we take a closer look, I don't know if you can see, let me just use my right hand. We can see that the roots are going crazy. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah, we can see that the roots are going, they're definitely going down. And they're moving down towards wherever it is that they have more oxygen and they have more nutrients. So this is definitely going to look very, very cool in a couple of months. I'm going to keep you posted so you can see the whole process. And as I said the last time, we're going to cut this so we can have, more branches, more leaves coming out from this spot. And we were going to remove this. Maybe we can take cuttings from this so it's a much more compact, project, overall project, right? Anyway, so that's it. Any comments, questions, or whatever that you have, you can leave them down below and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, so see you next time.